This is not the Leaning Tower of Pisa. That's in Tuscany. This is the Leaning Tower of Modena in the heart of the region known as Emilia Romagna. And if you asked an Italian which regional cuisine he prefers, he'd probably lean towards Emilia Romagna. It's in the north of Italy. It's just north of Tuscany, often referred to as the belly of Italy. And the reality is that all of those very rich things that we traditionally associate with northern Italian food, they are from Emilia Romagna. Emilia Romagna is the home of Parmigiano-Reggiano. It's the home of Prosciutto di Parma. In addition, Emilia Romagna is the home of what we call balsamic vinegar, but in this region they call aceto balsamico tradizionale. Marco!
Hey, David!
How are you?
Fine. Welcome in Ombre.
Marco Panini is one of the owners of a dairy called Ombre, where some of the finest Parmigiano-Reggiano is made. The process begins by heating cow's milk in large vats.
With the hot milk, we can put the caglio. Caglio is an enzyme.
Yes, we say rennet. They add rennet to it, which is something that occurs naturally in a cow's stomach. And it's magic. It has this ability, and this is how cheese is basically made. It has the ability to separate the milk into a hard part that's called the curd and a watery part that's called the whey. He seems to struggle. It's it's hard.
Very hard, because more than 100 kilos.
So that's over 220 pounds.
Exactly.
Now this ball is all the curds.
Yes.
And then you cut the middle.
In the middle.
Okay.
And in this.
Every day,
they
make 12 cheeses.
Yes.
That's the production of this factory, 12 cheeses a day. For them, 365 days a year.
Yes.
Christmas,
Easter,
birthday. The cheese must go on.
So now they put it inside in the stamp.
He's trying to make it perfectly round and perfectly even. Is that difficult to do?
I think so, eh?
Yeah.
I never tried.
You never tried. You never made a cheese. Then the great aging process begins. Oh my God in heaven, look at the cheese.
This is the warehouse of Ombre.
This is where all the cheese is stored?
Yeah, all the cheese.
How many cheeses do you have in here?
Less or more 7,000.
Your whole life savings are right in this room. They will keep the cheese under the proper conditions for about 2 years before it comes to the market.
With the hammer, if the sound is good,
stamp it.
Stamp.
Yep. They listen.
Listen.
You can hear that the cheese is good.
Yeah. In 6 years' time, all my cheese is perfect.
No rejection.
No rejection.
Why?
We believe that the secret is the feeding. Good feeding, good milk, good cheese. Simple, no?
Simple.
Taste.
That's fantastic. Wow. Just outside of Parma is the factory of Giorgio Lupi, where some of the very best prosciutto di Parma is made. Giorgio.
Ah, buongiorno, David.
Now, these are fresh hams.
Fresh ham, yes.
You know, what's remarkable about the prosciutto di Parma is a prosciutto crudo. That means raw prosciutto, raw ham. How can you eat raw ham? It's counterintuitive. It's against everything we know. You're going to get sick from raw ham. No, because it is dried out. So this is a very heavy layer of salt on this meat.
Yes.
Why?
In Parma, we use only the salt that...
The salt goes deep into the meat, helping to dry out the moisture. After the initial drying out from the salt, they make a paste out of, what else? Pork fat. And then they rub the paste over the exposed part of the leg. And then the real long aging begins.
Vai, non troppo forte.
The hams are exposed to the fresh Emilia Romagna breezes and are aged for more than a year. Wow. Now, how do you know that it's ready to go? Yeah, and what's that scary looking thing?
Okay, this is a bone of horse and...
A horse bone?
Yes, horse bone. Yes.
A bone from the foot of a horse has no smell of its own, and that makes it the perfect tool for testing the quality of prosciutto. You think I could try?
Yeah?
I've never done this before. Now, what are you smelling for?
Is a smelling of flour, is a good...
It's a good smell. It's definitely a good smell. And it smells like prosciutto. I mean, it's a beautiful ham smell. And one last question. Can I take this?
Okay, thank you very much.
So we are here in the vineyard where you grow grapes.
The grapes raised by Claudio and Irene Biancardi are not for making wine or even balsamic vinegar. What they produce is something else.
And be careful how you say it. Aceto balsamico tradizionale. They don't like it if you refer to it by any other name. Aceto balsamico. Tradizionale.
The traditional product is thicker, more intense in flavor, and at about $25 an ounce, more expensive than the balsamic vinegar commonly found in America.
Aceto balsamico tradizionale is made from grape juice, not from wine.
Yes.
After the harvest, the grape juice, or must, is cooked for 3 days. The precious liquid is then drawn off into barrels so time can work its magic.
So this is the attic of your house. Oh my. The smell is unbelievable of the aging vinegar. So we're way up at the top of your house, and it's quite hot up here. And what you have here is barrels. Tell me about the barrels.
These are castagno. You know what it is?
Chestnut, I think.
Yes.
Chestnut barrels. The traditional aceto balsamico goes through a series of barrels, different kinds of wood. Normally it goes from larger barrels into smaller barrels. As the aceto balsamico tradizionale evaporates, you need less space to hold it, so it keeps winnowing down into smaller and smaller barrels. Now this, you have some balsamico in chestnut right here. Can I possibly taste what it's like from the barrel?
You want? Sure.
Me? Of course I want, yeah. How old is this barrel?
7 years.
7 years.
Mm-hmm. It's a liquid,
Oh my gosh. It is so rich and thick and sweet. Think we can taste something a little bit older?
You want? Oh, we can do.
Okay. We are now about to taste the aceto balsamico tradizionale, which is 25 years old. Gave me a little bit less this time. Did you notice? This is somewhere between treacle, unbelievably intense coffee, maple syrup, and the greatest honey that you've ever tasted. Well, I've got Emilia Romagna on the table. I've got the Prosciutto di Parma. I've got the Parmigiano-Reggiano. And last but certainly not least, I've got the Aceto Balsamico Tradizionale. Oh, I ask you, what could be better than this? Tuscany can wait.